Hey everybody, it's your Bougie girlfriend, and let's talk about leaving the U.S. and what no one talks about when you leave. We talk about how exciting it is, we talk about the beaches, we talk about how food is cheap, my apartment is cheap, I'm overlooking the sea, oh my gosh, I'm on a yacht today, and tomorrow I'm touring the city, and all of that is true. But also what is true is sometimes even with all the excitement happening around you, you start to doubt yourself. You start to ask yourself, was this still really a great idea? Not because bad things are happening, but sometimes we start yearning for the known. And because this is all unfamiliar, I don't care if you visit the place 500 times, there's a difference between visiting and living in a place. And when I moved to Nigeria, I had first visit a couple of times. I had even gotten married there. But before I moved, at one point, I had lived there for 5 months. But I always knew I was going back home, that it was just a 5-month stay. It was because of maternity leave. But the second time I moved there, it was for real. And there's a totally different feeling when you have cut everything off, when you have sold everything, when you have told everybody goodbye, and you're starting a new life there. And that is kind of what we don't really kind of talk about. How does that feel and how do you get through it? So one of the things you need to recognize is that one, you are bringing your same self there. If you're a person that dealt with anxiety, you dealt with doubt or fear or uncertainty, you didn't like to be in an ambiguous situation, it is not going to change because you watched 1,000 YouTube videos. You're going to bring all those same emotions there. So I would suggest go ahead and get yourself a therapist if you don't already have one, but find some person to talk those feelings out with. Find someone who also understands. I'm going to call those the new look relocation blues, right? Find someone to kind of talk it out because you are going to feel that. I remember like 10 months after I had moved to Nigeria, oh my gosh, I was craving the U.S. like nobody's business. I was so sad. I just missed it so much. And we were about to travel for the summer to come back home, but it just felt like it was so far away. And that is absolutely normal. You will get that because you miss some of the things. Come on now. We've been living with the same rhythm, the same vibe for how many years? And when that switches, I don't care how beautiful it is, you still miss what you know. So that's one thing you want to think about. You want to think about also too that as you're moving, yes, even if you move to a country that speaks English, your English may be different and communicating in a different language sometimes is weary. It is weary. It can wear you out. And I remember the other day we were out and I can't even remember what I needed to buy. And so I was about to buy it and then I just like, forget about it. I don't want to get it anymore. And so David was with me and he was like, well, why not? I was like, I can't do it anymore. I'm like, Spanish is out. I have used all my Spanish words for the day. I am done. I don't have any more words left to speak in Spanish. And so that also sometimes becomes like a burden for you. You just still feel overwhelmed. And I don't care if you're fluent in the language. I don't care if they're still speaking English. Sometimes you just want to speak your own language in your own tone. You want to say words where you don't have to explain yourself. You know what it's like, especially as Black women, how we are tired of explaining ourselves. So just be prepared if that happens. It's okay. It's a feeling. It's going to pass. It's not how you're going to feel every day. It's a moment. It's just a moment in your relocation journey. And so just take it for that. Don't actually be like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? You didn't make a mistake. You just kind of hit the relocation blues. That's what I'm going to call it. And then one of the things I also want you to think about is as you're moving, this whole emotional side is you start, a lot of people don't turn off what's happening at home and they're hearing that and they're thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. What's happening at home is going to happen. They're going to do what they're going to do. So you're not going to change that if you went back. I don't know, unless you're going to run from a major office. But for the most part, you really aren't going to change that. And at this stage, most of us have left because it was so overwhelming. We could not take it anymore. We could not take hearing the information anymore. So don't inundate yourself as you have moved out of that environment. Don't inundate yourself with all the news. They are going to do what they're going to do. So think about that. And then also, let's talk about some of the things that are so exciting that we don't even realize. You're walking down the street now, you're an American. You're not a Black American. You're not an African American. You are just an American. And that is wild, and that is beautiful, because people are just accepting you for who they are, for who you are. I cannot believe the other day, this is so funny. The other day, there were two people walking, and they were needing some help, and I was kind of giving them some help. And they said to me, "Your English is so good." And I thought, wow, really? And I said, I know. Yes, I'm still hearing your English is so good. And I said, yeah, not bad for an American, huh? And she was like so shocked. So there's this also an assumption sometimes that people don't even know that we don't belong in different environments, or we're not from that environment. So here she is thinking I'm Panamanian. I don't know why, but she was thinking I was Panamanian and I had great English. So it's also great just to be accepted, to people just to communicate with you, just to engage with you without the whole thing of, oh, okay, so you're a Black woman, this is what I need to do. So that was just, it was kind of funny. And I also thought it was funny when I lived in Nigeria, they used to always call me Igbo. And I'm like, why are you calling me white person? I am not a white person. And for them, I wasn't Nigerian, and so that's all I could be. So it's amazing how sometimes all the things that we face, the colorism, the racism, it just disappears. And that's what we don't really talk about that. And that is so exciting, that our identity for once equals privilege. It actually equals privilege. I remember being working in another country, and I think it was in Ethiopia, and people were like so excited that we were Black people. We were Black people who were teaching them and training them. It was just such a great excitement. So get ready to feel privileged. Get ready to walk in your privilege as a Black woman. That is just such an awesome feeling for someone to admire you, that you're a Black woman, someone to be curious about you in an innocent, naive way, in a way that they just want to get to know you as a human being in your experiences and want to understand the beauty of who you are. So that's something that I feel that's really interesting. And then just get ready to learn how to build trust already, all over again. I'm not sure where you are on your trust meter. If you're a person who is like, I don't trust a soul, don't bring that with you. Really work hard. You know, I said in the very beginning, get a therapist, but really work hard to try to build up trust, because you're starting to meet a whole bunch of new people. You're building new relationships. You're learning new systems. And so you have to kind of relax a little bit, let your guard down a little bit, and trust. Learn how to trust people in a whole new system. Learn how to make friends and trust. I've made so many friends already since I've been here. You know, I'm to the thing of everybody's cool until you're not, right? Everyone is good until you're not. And so kind of just be a little more flexible and trusting people just a little bit more, because all of us are here trying to build new relationships. And that is the great thing. You get to redefine who you are. You can be a whole new you if you want to. So you can redefine who you are. No one's going to tell you what you like, what you didn't like, what you don't want to do, what you normally do, because no one knows you. So get to be the new you. And the new you should be a new, improved you. It should be a whole lot. All that baggage, I know you bought a whole bunch